I'm Abby, and welcome to Diaper Rash. Diaper Rash is a venting session where I showcase the men in mine and my friends' lives acting like absolute babies. This week's baby is Dan. Dan used to date my friend Amanda on and off, nothing too serious. Recently, they reconnected, and he's decided he needs to update her on his terms and conditions for having a girlfriend. Yes, LOL. It has things like, she can't be materialistic or messy. Not even 15 words in and we're off to a pretty misogynistic start. Has to be okay with either never getting married or me getting a prenup. Treat women like property, but don't let them own it, you know what I mean? Doesn't want kids since soon I won't be able to have any. Thank fucking Christ. Doesn't make mountains out of molehills. What kind of molehill do you think he's referring to? Like, babe, you left the toilet seat up. I'm guilty of making a mountain out of that molehill. Say you, fucked her sister. Is that a molehill? Honestly, it would be impossible to make a mountain out of anything if she can't even own a fucking shovel.
Yo, what is going on, guys? It is Taylor The Fiend back again with another response video. And guys, before we jump into today's episode, don't forget to subscribe on your way in, and don't forget to subscribe to our newest member of Fiend Gang, Detective Warg. His channel will be linked in the video description. But without further ado, let's jump into the rest of today's video.
So here we go again. I match with this guy on Tinder, and he says, "So wait, what's your story?" What's my story? I'm single and I'm on a dating app. What do you think my story is?
I'm going to take a guess, and I'm going to say years of being treated terribly by men. You can't seem to find the right one. Or maybe you divorced your husband to find yourself. Something along those lines. But basically, you're single because you believe that you deserve better. Or you're single because you spent years upon years chasing bad boys that you never ended up getting.
Am I the only one that feels like the dating pool right now is extremely horrible? I feel like I see so many girls going on dates, my sister included, and meeting these great partners. And I feel like I'm on all the apps. I swipe, I send a few messages, but then I lose interest because the connection isn't there. I can't make there be a connection.
Yeah, guys, the connection just isn't there. She can't make there not be a connection. It's fantastic because girls, even ones who are, no disrespect to this lady, but quite overweight, quite unhealthy, they get on dating apps and they can still match with a lot of men, okay? But just not the men that they want, just not the top percentage of men. The question becomes, if you want a top percentage man, are you a top percentage woman? And the answer to that is very simple. I would start with, would a top percentage woman even be on a dating app to begin with? Okay, talking about how she deserves this, she deserves that. There's just no connection. What you mean by no connection is the men who find you attractive, you're not attracted to them. There's still plenty of men who are attracted to you, but you think you're above them despite being below average yourself.
So then I'm like, is it a me thing? Am I picky?
Yes.
And I'm like, no, because I've felt that way about people. It should be instant. I don't want to have to work for a connection.
I don't want to have to work for a connection. I don't want to ever have to compromise in a relationship. I am a below average woman. I'm not saying that to disrespect her, but she is, right? I am a below average woman, and I want a man who is above average just by default, and I don't want to have to work for it. I don't want to have to work for... Oh, guys, imagine that, right? Imagine if a man came into a relationship and he was looking to take a girl seriously, and he was like, you know what? I don't really want to work. I don't really want to have a job. I just kind of want to be a stay-at-home person. I don't want to work for this relationship. I don't want to make any compromises. I don't want to hit the gym if I'm overweight. I'd rather sit on the couch and have ice cream and watch football. And that's what the man wants to bring to the relationship. It's like, no, consider the other person. That's crazy, man.
But I don't go out of my way to respond to every message. I think part of me likes being independent and doing whatever I want, but the other part of me...
Doesn't that blow your mind that this woman can get on Tinder and get tons of matches to the point where she's like, oh, you know, I don't respond to every message, and I want to go out there and I want to be strong and independent, but at the same time I want a guy who's out of my league to commit to me. Doesn't it just amaze you guys that this woman right here can jump on Tinder and get more matches than attractive men? Like, that's absolutely wild. Guys, if you don't believe me, right, literally go out there, create 2 profiles on Tinder, and I've said this on the channel before. Create 2 profiles on Tinder. One of them gets some pretty decently attractive photos of a man, you know, not like supermodel, but just an attractive guy, and put him out there on Tinder. Make a profile, and then after a week, see how many matches you get. Then what I want you to do is I want you to take a female hand, put it in front of, like, I don't know, a pot plant or something, just a hand. Make it your only photo. Make your name called Emily. You're 19 years of age, and you're new to dating, trying to find Mr. Right. And then tell me which one of you ends up getting more matches. And this woman is sitting here talking about how she doesn't want to put in work. She wants her Prince Charming, but she doesn't want to have to put in work, even though she's getting tons of matches on dating apps. Man, what is 2020? Can you guys imagine? Like, you're a soldier, right? You fought for your country. You died for your country. You are out there trying to provide for your family. You're going through the cold winters. Also, that a country can be made where women like this can say how they can't find a man because they don't want to work. That is the most privileged crap I have ever seen.
Me, like, really wants to be in a relationship, but there's just nobody out there for me.
You can't make it up, can you? There's nobody out there for her, right? There's no men that she's attracted to that are attracted to her as well. Did it ever cross your mind that maybe you should put some work in yourself? And here's the thing, okay? Even if this woman was super attractive, the attitude of like, oh, I want to be a strong, independent boss babe, is mutually exclusive with someone who's going to be taken seriously as a girlfriend and or wife. I'm not saying that you can't go out there, you can't be a, what do they call it now, a girl boss, the queen who grinds for her own bread and just gets with a whole bunch of guys. If you want to go do that, that's totally fine. I think it's silly, but like, you're welcome to do what you want. But the moment you want to talk about commitment from a man, you will get laughed at, because those two things are mutually exclusive.
So I don't know. I feel like some girls go on dates and other girls just sit here and complain on TikTok, and clearly that's the girl that I am.
Yes, haha, haha, smile, happy, I'm quirky, cheese man.
Hi, I'm Abby, and welcome to Diaper Rash. Diaper Rash is a venting session where I showcase the men in mine and my friends' lives acting like absolute babies.
You know what's funny? So we're sitting here, we're like, oh, we're going to showcase what the men look like in our lives. I'm sorry, why do you have like multiple men going through your life, by the way? That's the first question I have. Okay, so you're here trying to make men look like clowns, but where exactly is your long-term relationship? Like, where exactly is your man? Like, oh yeah, look at all these silly men just coming into our lives. Why do you allow, quote-unquote, silly men who are babies into your life in the first place?
This week's baby is Dan. Dan used to date my friend Amanda on and off, nothing too serious. Recently, they reconnected, and he's decided he needs to update her on his terms and conditions for having a girlfriend.
Yeah, so this is exactly what I'm talking about. So your friend, I don't know what her friend's name is, I already forget, like Amanda or some crap like that, was dating this guy Dan off and on, and then they recently reconnected. You see, this is why nobody takes you seriously. You can come on here and you can say Dan is a baby, he's terrible. Why is your friend trying to get commitment from Dan in the first place? If he's such a baby, if he's such a child, why is your friend trying to get commitment from Dan? Something is not adding up here.
Yes, LOL. It has things like, she can't be materialistic or messy. Not even 15 words in and we're off to a pretty misogynistic start.
Yeah, how is that breathe, Taylor. Everything's fine.
Messy.
Okay, so she can't be materialistic or messy. That's one of the things that the guy said, okay? How is that misogynistic? Maybe he just doesn't want a materialistic and messy woman. Like, is that so hard to understand? Why is it when men have preferences, when men have standards, it's sexism, right? But when women have standards and when women have preferences, it's you go queen, you are so empowered.
See? Not even 15 words in and we're off to a pretty misogynistic start.
Yeah, guys, how dare you want a clean woman, you absolute sexist.
Has to be okay with either never getting married or me getting a prenup. Treat women like property, but don't let them own it, you know what I mean?
You mean own his property? You mean own his possessions? You mean take him for the things that he spent his life working for? That sounds like... Dan does not sound like a baby to me. He actually sounds like a smart man. He sounds like someone who's intelligent. He sounds like someone who knows that if he goes through the divorce courts, he's going to get screwed over. He's not smart enough yet to understand that the prenup, he's still going to get screwed over with that, but he's on his way. But of course, guys, any man who wants to respect his own rights or his own standards, you get called a sexist. Wow.
Doesn't want kids since soon I won't be able to have any. Thank fucking Christ. Doesn't make mountain...
I mean, if he can't have them soon, maybe he's considering the fact that he couldn't give the children all that he wanted to. You know, maybe if he's an older guy and he doesn't want to have kids, maybe it's because he doesn't want to, you know, embarrass the kids, or maybe he's concerned that he won't be able to spend time with the quality time with him that he wanted to. Maybe he's actually considering the children, right?
Since soon I won't be able to have any. Thank fucking Christ. Doesn't make mountains out of molehills. What kind of molehill do you think he's referring to? Like, baby.
Probably you being a pain in the neck over nothing. Probably making TikTok videos like the exact one that you're making right now. I don't know, just stuff along those lines, I suppose.
You left the toilet seat up. I'm guilty of making a mountain out of that molehill. Say you, like, fucked her sister. Is that a molehill? Honestly, it would be impossible to make a mountain out of anything if she can't even own a fucking shovel. Good.
What? What kind of logic is this? What kind of logic is this? These are the kinds of women, guys. I'm telling you, this is why they are single. This is why men don't even want to have relationships with them in the first place. This is why your friend is seeing Dan off and on and she can't get commitment from him. Because you and your friend are absolutely crazy.
Honestly, it would be impossible to make a mountain out of anything if she can't even own a fucking shovel. Good with her money? Oh, because you're so good with your money, right? Loves to cuddle and be affectionate, but still respect the need for alone time. This one I actually kind of agree with. I really feel that alone time away from you, Dan, is so essential in any relationship you might be in. A homebody that likes to travel. You mean a dead body. The only homebody that...
What? What?
Likes to travel is the dead kind that you put in a trunk and then drive into the woods. Hygienic? I just know your boxers have holes in them. I just do. Doesn't dress slutty in public. I would love to get a definition for slutty. Last time I checked, women are not dressing for you. Dan clearly...
If they want a relationship with that man, maybe they should consider it. Right? Here's the thing. You can dress however you want. You can act however you want. You can make mountains out of molehills. You can be bad with money. Okay? You can be materialistic if you want. But if your friend wants to date Dan, maybe she should shut up. You know, maybe she should actually consider what the man wants out of the relationship. But you see, anything a man wants to say is a standard for him or a preference for him gets treated as sexism. It gets treated as a joke, right? All of these things, maybe your friend could benefit from actually implementing them in her life, because maybe then she would actually be marriage material, and maybe then she would be girlfriend material in the first place.
He wants his women in body bags. That is the most coverage that I think you can have. That's all I can think of off the top of my head. I'd hate to see what your brain does when it thinks. Besides the obvious ones, like being adaptable and loyal. Those are things I put as my strengths on job applications. Oh, and must love trying new things and be simple with sex. Hey Dan, you know what kind of people have simple sex lives? People who don't have sex. Dan, if you're watching, I do encourage you to spend the rest of your life looking for this perfect woman, because she doesn't exist.
Stay alone then. Don't get married then. I'm sure it's no skin off of Dan's back to not have to get married to you. Like, that's the beautiful thing. You can go out here, you can live your queen life, you can call men whatever adjective you would like to use. You can say, shame their sex lives, their masculinity, say that they're all of these things. But at the end of the day, you're the one who doesn't get the ring. You're the one who doesn't get commitment. Your friend can sit there and go, Dan's stupid, he's terrible, I'm never doing all of these things. That's totally fine, but she's not going to get the commitment that she wants from that man.
I don't know if you've looked into organized religion. Some of their ideals are like right in line with yours, dude, and it's not cool. Honestly, there is a God. The fact that you've chosen to not reproduce on your own accord is an insane amount of self-awareness that I can do nothing but admire. Thank you for tuning in to the second installment of Diaper Rash.
You know, we might have to bring some more of this to the show, guys, because this is just straight up content. This woman is actually clinically insane.
And remember to be careful out there, ladies. I know some men look like grown-ups, but in fact, they are babies with itchy, itchy, itchy butts.
Yeah, some men look like grown-ups, but then I realize that they have standards, and I can't handle not dressing like a 304 out in public, and I just think that that's so oppressive, but at the same time, I still want to be a wife of said man. Disgusting. Yo guys, it's Taylor here. Just want to say thank you if you made it to the end of today's episode. Before you go, remember to subscribe to our other Fiend Gang members. Their channels will be linked in the video description. Our newest member is Detective Warg, so make sure that you go and show him some love. He's putting out daily content for you guys. Also, one of the characters I use and also a lot of our thumbnail artwork is done by an artist called The Gecko Ninja. He's absolutely fantastic, and his socials are going to be linked in the video description as well if you want to commission him for some amazing art. Otherwise, take it easy, gents, and I will see you all in the next episode. Peace.